Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. Today is Tuesday, September 8th. I was not planning on filming today, but we had a really large windstorm last night and there have been a whole bunch of fires, and so everything is covered in ash, and so I wanted to kind of document this a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, I live in Oregon, and right now Washington, Oregon, and California are pretty much all on high alert for fires. Like it's bad right now. And I don't have any fires where I am. I am in a high risk area, but all of Oregon is, so that doesn't really mean much. But there is not a fire near me. However, there was a windstorm that blew a bunch of smoke and ash and dust over into my area. So if you're thinking that the lighting looks a little bit weird, there's a good reason for it. I'll show you. Ash is covering everything. The sky is yellow. When I woke up this morning, the sun was bright orange. It's crazy here. I'm going to show you. So just from my window, you can see that my white car is covered in ash. It's like gray right now. And then if you peek over here, I'm going to try and get it so that you can see down onto the leaves. Those are also covered in ash. The sky, it looks gray on camera, but it's really yellow in real life. I'm going to take you downstairs and outside so that you can see a little bit more. Okay, so we have just gone out back. It smells like a campfire back here. Here is dust and ash in our kiddie pool, all over our back patio. I'm in a close-up of the leaves here. I want you to be able to see that. You can see how much dirt and debris are on the leaves of our plum tree right now. The sky, I can't see the sun anywhere, but when I did earlier, it was just this bright orange, brighter than this ladder over here. It literally smells like a campfire. Top of our trash can. It's just so much ash. Power was going out last night, and this is kind of in a closed off part. Okay, I'm currently in my front yard, and usually the sun is right about here at this time of day. It's about 9:30 right now, so the sun is up. It's been up. It's usually right about there. Can't find it anywhere. But that's the sky right now. I wish you could see like how yellow it actually is, because it's insane. And I'm starting to cough. I was only out there for 2 or so minutes and I'm coughing and sneezing. Came back in, I was talking to my mom, and I just came to turn my light back on and it flickered out as soon as I turned it on. So right now I'm sitting in front of the fish tank to try to get some better lighting, but my nose is all congested. I was feeling really congested this morning. I wish I got footage of how windy it was last night. It might pick back up later tonight, kind of hoping it doesn't, but it was insane. It sounded like it was raining just from the leaves rustling. If I can find any clips, I'll put them here. I don't know if I can, but I cannot find the sun anywhere. When I woke up, it was this really bright orange color. It looked like when you have like a really nice sunrise or sunset, that really bright, vibrant orange, and then it was shining through the windows like that. But the thing is that was at 9 a.m. so it wasn't the sunrise, because the sun had been up for about 2 hours at that point. So it was just the sun shining through the dust and the smog. Usually in my location, we don't really have any fires. I've never had to evacuate, and I've lived here my whole entire life. A little bit up north it happens more, and a little bit more south it happens, but we're kind of in the middle and it doesn't really happen here. So I'm crossing my fingers that we stay safe. Everywhere is pretty high alert. I'll see if I can put in a little map here so that you can see the fire danger, as well as a map of what the fires are like right now. So I'm gonna watch the 11 o'clock news once that comes on, but that's not going to come on for a little while here. I do know, I was looking at the fire warning, and they said that you're not, surgical and cloth masks are not going to do anything. The N95 masks will help, but the surgical and cloth masks pretty much don't do anything. However, you're supposed to wear them anyways because of COVID. I am currently tasked with putting air filters like this on our large box fans. I have one in my bedroom as well. I'm going to turn off my ceiling fan and put that on so that we can keep getting airflow. I'm going to move here. Yeah, see, I'm so yellow. Yeah, no animals outside if possible. You stay inside as much as possible. Leave doors and windows shut as much as possible. You do not want to be breathing that in. I was out there for less than 2 minutes and I'm coughing, sneezing, that sort of thing. Should have put a mask on or something. I don't know. As of right now, me and my family are safe. Everyone in my family is safe. We're good. If something does happen, I'll let you know. There was a level 3 evacuation near Blue Pool, which is kind of east of us, east of where I'm at, which is where most of the fires are right now, is east of me, and then there's some west of me, but there's not, I think there's one south of me, but there's not any where I'm at or north right now, I think. I don't know exactly what's going on in California or Washington. I just mostly wanted to show you what the dust and the ash looks like. It seriously smells like a campfire out there. It smells like a campfire. I knew that a dust storm was coming, but I didn't know that it was going to be bringing in all that ash. Our power flickered out a couple times last night. Nothing too terribly scary. It came back on. My phone was able to charge all night. When I woke up, there was power. Our stove, I'm gonna see, actually, right now I'm gonna see if the kitchen light turns on. Whoa, okay, yeah, the kitchen light turns on. That's good. Our oven, you can see, turned off in the middle of the night because it doesn't have the time on there or anything. You do have to manually turn that on. We don't have our air conditioning on because you don't want airflow coming in. The noise you hear is the dehydrator. Yeah, you can see how yellow it is outside. Yeah, that's insane. Here is what the yellow looks like from my sister's window. It's crazy, craziness. Fish tanks are still running though, so we're good. Guinea pigs are not here. My sister is with my dad right now. So I found the sun and I want to show it to you without any filters so that you can see like what it actually looks like. I'm going to try to make it look as much like real life as I can. Sometimes the camera just doesn't pick up the same as your eyes do. Okay, well, it was here not 2 minutes ago, so not really sure what happened, but the sky is still very, very, very dark and orange and dusty. It's really bad over there. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm currently watching the news and they're right now showing a map of the air quality across Oregon. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in my area right now. So that dark purpley color that you're seeing pretty much all over where they're showing is hazardous, which is the worst that you can have. And then most of it is either unhealthy, very unhealthy, or hazardous. There's nothing really below that, I don't think. I don't see that anywhere, but that is my update for now. It's now about noon. I pretty much watched the full newscast. It's starting to clear out a little tiny bit. It's still completely yellow, but up in like the Portland area, it's starting to clear out. I heard from a couple of my friends who live up in the Portland area, and they say that it's not nearly as yellow there as it is here. I'm a little bit south of Portland, about 2.5 hours from Portland. So what I'm going to do now is tape air filters onto our box fans so that we can turn them on without circulating dust. So these air filters will kind of collect all the dust and ash and anything that did get into our house, and then make sure that only clean air is going through them. So it's a good way to try to get the dust out of our house, but also keep air moving because it's supposed to be 95 degrees today. So that's what I'm going to do. For that, we need air filters, our box fans, as well as some tape. You can kind of tell just from when I'm standing here that, oh gosh, that it's not as yellow. Here, let me try to show you. I don't want to go out, but you can see that the sky is a little bit clearer right now. I'm going to find out which way this fan blows. So So I'm going to tape it on the back here. Got my scissors, and where's my tape? Where'd that go? What? It was just here. What? Oh. Put it on the couch. So on the side of these, you can see that they have little arrows for which way the air flows. So make sure that it's facing the correct way when you put it on. That way it'll filter better. These are just air filters that you can get for your house. Tipping it first to the air filter, and then kind of just placing it on top because they're not quite big enough to cover the entire thing. Most of it, but not the entire thing. And now I can cover the sides because it's hanging on. So as you can see, I took that tape and I taped all around here, which was the first one that I did. But then I also covered this edge here with some clear tape so that dust isn't getting through there. It's all going through the filter. Whew, I'm gonna sneeze or something. Did the same on this side as well as covered this all with tape. So it's still holding onto it. You can see that it's connected here and here at these 2 points, but it's covering all of this. So it's gonna minimize how much dust is getting through. And I'm going to use this other filter here for the fan that I have upstairs. It is about 4 p.m. now. I'm about to go check the mail. It won't take me more than 5 minutes, but I haven't been outside in hours and my throat is a little bit itchy, burny, my eyes hurt, and all the windows are closed, doors are closed, no one's gone in or out. So I'm gonna update you on how I feel after I go check the mail, but it's gotten kind of bad again. It's super, super yellow outside. It was clearing out there for a second, but it looks like it's gotten worse again. In the location that we're at, it's unlikely that we will have to evacuate. Like the chances of having to evacuate are very, very slim. However, places around us are starting to evacuate, so hopefully we won't have to. I've lived here my entire life and never had to evacuate before. A little bit nervous, however, I'm not scared. I'm not feeling like I'm gonna have to evacuate, but let me show you what the sky looks like. You can tell just from the lighting in my room that it's really yellow outside. So here's what outside is looking like. Just so smoky and yellow and gray and not great, so hopefully it gets better soon. So I walked out there and I was outside for maybe 5 minutes, probably less than that because I was walking pretty quickly, but my fingers. Just being out there for 5 minutes, I feel so much more congested. My throat was tickling, I was coughing, I was wearing a mask. I know that it doesn't really help with smoke or dust, the mask that I have, but I was hoping that maybe it would keep some of the large pieces of ash out. I'm not really sure if it did. All this dust and smoke and ash was blown in through the windstorm last night, and I was surprised to see that there was only one branch that had fallen down off a tree. There was a whole bunch of twigs and leaves that had fallen off, but there was only one branch, which is a good thing because you don't want branches like falling off left and right. Ooh, I'm kind of out of breath. I tried to scrape or rub some of the smoke or ash off of the white car so that you'd be able to see the difference, but the dust and the smoke was just so sticky that it a little bit came off, but not really, so we're gonna have to definitely wash our cars after this. But you would not be able to see it, and I could see ash like falling from the sky. I would go down and show you, except for I know that the camera's not going to pick it up and I don't want to be out there more than I have to be. It's not good for you. As you saw from the clip of the morning news forecast, the air quality right now is hazardous and you're not supposed to be out there as much as possible. I've never seen anything like it before. I've never seen anything like it before. I'm congested. I can feel like snot running down my throat, which is kind of gross, but I was out there for less than 5 minutes. Also, my mom's work closed down hours early so that the 4 people who were in the office would be able to get home safely. I don't know when my next update will be, but that's where we're at now. It's freaky. It's really freaky. From my window, I can see ash just going across and I would show you, except for I know that the camera's not going to be able to pick it up. But it looks like it's snowing. It's weird. Okay, see you later. It is about 5 p.m. now. About half hour ago, we got an emergency alert saying that a location that was less than 20 minutes away from where I live is on a level 2 evacuation, which means, oh, hold on. Okay, so that was just a notification, but that's the same noise that I've been getting for these emergency alerts. But there was an emergency alert saying that a location that was less than 20 minutes away from us is on a level 2 evacuation notice, and that pretty much means to be ready to leave at any moment. So it's kind of getting real. I've started thinking about what I would do with my cat and what my tortoises if I did have to get out of here, what I needed to grab. Yeah, I've never actually had to be worried about it, but yeah, no, I don't know. We're just kind of waiting and seeing. It's not nearly as yellow as it was before, but it's still windy, which means that the fire could still be traveling. I'm not sure. So I'm going to check again to see where the fires are right now on the live fire tracker to see like kind of how close it is. Hoping that nothing happens to us. Alrighty, it is about 10:40, 11 o'clock the next day. And I am going to give you another update. At this point, the sky is much clearer. Well, not clearer, but it's more of a yellow-gray. It's clearer than it was yesterday. At one point last night, it was gray and not yellow at all. At this point, it's still kind of like this off-gray color, this dusty yellow sort of a color. You can see on cars and windows that everything is still incredibly dusty, and the sun is still very orange. I did not have any evacuation alerts last night. People are still evacuating. The fires have gotten really big. It's still happening. And I posted a TikTok on this yesterday morning, and people have been telling me that this is also happening in Washington, California, Nevada, Colorado, Idaho, and parts of Canada as well. So it's not anything that's exclusive to Oregon. I knew that it was happening other places. I don't know. It's crazy. Hopefully it'll wind down soon. I'm supposed to have an orthodontist appointment later today. That is in 3 hours or so. So hopefully they won't have to cancel that. Okay, so there's the white car. You can see how dusty and dingy that looks on the windshield, on the actual body of the car. I did try to scrape off a little bit of the dust on the top yesterday. You can't even see where it was because it was so thick. There is dust all over the bushes. Everything just looks really muted. I'm gonna walk you over here. Hi, Quincy. But you can see the really orange reflection of the sun on that car. You could see it better when it's out of focus, actually. But the sun should be somewhere over in that area now. Oh, actually, you might be able to see it. Yeah, there you go. Kind of. I'm looking at my local news station right now, and at 9:25 they said that this fire near my house has grown to 105,000 acres. Okay, so it is now Thursday morning. I am very glad that I didn't have another update to give you, because the only other update I really would be giving you is if something really bad happened. There has been, I think, 2 more evacuations that have gone through since the last time we talked, but that is a great decrease from the last time from the day before, when everyone was getting evacuated. The evacuation center has been moved to where I went to high school, which makes me feel more comfortable because that's about a 10-minute drive. We are probably going to go donate some stuff there today for people who evacuated, because a lot of people left without things that they need. So there's lists online as to things that they can donate, and if there's any of these donation sites in your area, feel free to donate, because it's like the entire west side of the country all the way up into Canada that is on fire right now, and people are evacuating and losing everything that they have. None of my family has had to evacuate. None of my family is afraid of losing their house or their lives or anything. And there is still the potential that we would have to evacuate, but it's really low. And I'm just feeling very grateful, and I'm thinking about all the people who have lost something due to these fires, because it's so many people. Whole towns are getting destroyed. The animals who no longer have homes. I mean, it's devastating. It's a disaster, a natural disaster. Of course things are going to be bad. The West Coast is really hurting for resources right now. If you are able to provide any resources, I'll try to leave any links down below. I'm going to give you one last outside update. I'm actually going to go outside for this one. I've been trying to stay inside pretty much as possible. I'm still, even though I haven't really been outside, my throat and eyes have been burning. I did go to my oral consultation yesterday, and while we were in the car there, my eyes were really burning. I'm going to give you one last outside update, and then hopefully I won't have to make another update. If something does happen in the case where I do evacuate, I will try to make another video on it. Of course, that's not going to be my first priority, but I will try to keep people updated, because I'm not seeing really any videos on this other than on TikTok. I've seen a couple people post those videos there, but I haven't seen any on YouTube. So here's my backyard on Thursday, which is 2 days after the start of this. As you can see, the sky is still yellow. It is much cooler out here today than it was before. There's still so much ash and debris and dust in here in the kiddie pool. I mean, it's on the leaves. You can see that the sky is still pretty dingy. Not great. I'm gonna bring you out front so that you can see that. So here's the sky. You can see the sun. I'm gonna try to zoom in. It is bright red. I can look at it with my eyes bare. I could look at it no problem yesterday as well, and the day before, which is not good. You're not supposed to be able to do that. It's really, really smoggy out here. You can't really even get the whole feel. There's absolutely no filter on this, and I know that it was worse in areas like Salem, where it was bright red for a good chunk of the day. Right now, areas like Portland are actually clearing up, and Bend, I think, as well, which is great news. So there's my final update. As you can see, air quality is still in the hazardous zone. They were predicting that it would go down to unhealthy by the end of the day today, and that scale is unhealthy, very unhealthy, and then hazardous. It's been at hazardous since Tuesday morning, which is when I started filming, right? Yeah, Tuesday morning. They're also predicting that by the end of the weekend, it should be going back down to good, and maybe even some rain on Monday, which would be really, really good. I will give you guys another update in my next vlog. I'm not 100% sure when that's going to be, but I will film it relatively soon when I see improvements. Hopefully I won't have to film another one of these videos, because that means that I would have to evacuate or something bad happened. So I'm really hoping that this kind of brought attention to somebody, gave you a little bit more information on what's going on in the West Coast, you know, what's happening over here, because it's not great. For those of you who are on the West Coast or are in a high-risk fire area, stay safe, be prepared. It's scary. I'm wishing you the best, thinking of you. And with that, you have reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, so hopefully you won't ever have to see any other videos like this from me, but other content that I post for sure. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.